Hey everyone, Ross here from Home Financial. So just wanted to do a bit of an impromptu video today, just to talk to you about the property market and the impact on it since the government have sort of eased the guidelines around viewing properties in the housing market recently. So the key thing that's been coming out this week really has been the need to have an agreement in principle. I'll talk to you a little bit about that really, and just to give you a bit of an insight of what an agreement in principle is and how to obtain it. So, what is an agreement in principle? So, an agreement in principle is basically a mortgage lender saying to you on receipt of an application in principle that yes, based on a credit check, they would be happy to lend you the mortgage you've asked for. Now, fundamentally, why an estate agent or a builder or anyone would ask you for this would be really just to make sure that you're able to proceed and that you're actually in a serious position to potentially buy the house should you want to. So really, you can get this in form of a certificate, or even sometimes a mortgage advisor can put together an email template if the lender doesn't actually produce you a certificate. Fundamentally, that means you're in gear to move forward with a property purchase. So why does an estate agent want this? Like I've just said, they want to see if you're proceedable, but even more so now, if you're going to look to book a viewing around a property, they need to know that you're proceedable. So it's really important from their perspective that they're not doing unnecessary viewings, and that's completely understandable. So really, what we're finding is if people are ringing estate agents to book viewings, they either need to have a sale agreed on their property or an agreement in principle to make sure that they are able to go ahead should they like the property. So how do you get one of these? So how do you get an agreement in principle? So basically, you need to have your documents ready. So you need to be able to firstly speak to an advisor. I'd always recommend speaking to an advisor as opposed to somebody working in a bank, because the advisor or an independent advisor will work for you as opposed to the bank. So if you go and speak to the bank, they're working for the bank or the building society. They're not working for you. So always speak to somebody who can look at that for you. But fundamentally, you need to get your documents ready. So things like pay slips, bank statements, ID, that sort of stuff. For a full list, that will be dependent on your scenario. So you could be self-employed, therefore you might need slightly different documents to somebody who's employed. But fundamentally, get yourself organised, get yourself documents ready, and speak to an advisor. That advisor will be able to give you the good, honest, transparent advice you need to be able to hopefully get you the best mortgage product, and also get you ready in all respects to start viewing and be able to. So hopefully that's been helpful. It's really important. It's the first step on your journey to moving house or buying your first house. So hopefully that has been some use. So agreement in principle, first step. Let's get organised. If you need some help, as always, give us a shout. Cheers. Bye.